Hit me with that lights, camera, action. Vibe catching eyes like an Aston. Smooth as the Bachelor. Giving y'all the news with the freshness. Live from the couch we address.
What's up, y'all? I'm Bruce Claxton.
And I'm Jocelyn Hockaday. It's time for another jam-packed episode of The Vibe. We've gotten some incredible segments, including a dive into two influential musicians and a stunning performance by Charli Dahni. You're not going to want to miss this one, y'all. Enjoy the show. Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Jocelyn Hockaday.
I'm Casey Thorpe.
And I'm Lauren Jackson. Welcome to our new segment, Artists and Artists.
We are going to be talking about two popular album releases with an artist that have a similar or not so similar sound.
Today, our musical guest, Charli Dahni, will be joining us in covering two recent releases, Scarlet by Doja Cat and Jaguar 2 by Victoria Monet. Talking about Jaguar 2, I feel like it's just a mix of genres, but they're so specific to her. I feel like the album is very specific to, like, if you were to get this from anybody else, you would be confused.
Right.
But the fact that it's coming from Victoria, it's like, yeah, this is like, it feels like such an it girl album. Like, you can listen to this while walking to class, and you will feel like the baddest on the block.
And do. I've been a fan of hers for years, and what I really love about her is how she has established her own sound while paying homage to so many great genres and artists that have been a pivotal part of Black culture, especially specifically like with this recent album, like songs like On My Mama that feature like shout outs to like 2000s hip hop, and then Party Girl and Party Girls is a lot more of like the reggae party sound,
tropical,
and
Caribbean.
then even Stop is kind of a lot more of like that late 70s, early 80s, almost like the disco R&B, like I'm not taking it no more kind of vibe. Like I think she honors all of those really well, but still make them a refreshing modern sound. And I think she's just had such a claim on how refreshing yet similar R&B should be. And honestly, it girl 2023, man.
And you have to also think, like, when I listen to Victoria Monet's album, you see even some of that Southern influences in her music, and I really love that because it makes me feel like I'm back at home in the South again. And I really like how she continues to add, like, her roots, like you mentioned, inside of her music and her projects and her work. And then even with her music as well, like, it's kind of flows off her last project. You know, before she was talking about motherhood and things, but in this album she really speaks on womanhood and the things that women go through.
She's so expressive about just like being authentically and truly herself and the experiences that she's lived, especially, that I feel like that's what makes this album kind of feel just so like comforting as a woman to hear. You know, it's something that you can listen, like if you need a confidence boost, if you need almost like a confirmation. So the fact that like she's using these experiences to create a sound that's so authentically herself, it touches something. Honestly, I feel like
I love Victoria. Like, I've been a big fan of hers, and with what Casey was saying about how she's able to be so confident in her sexuality, she's been consistent in that, consistent in the themes that she's been, you know, talking about and communicating through her music. And I think it's interesting how, even though I haven't really listened to the album much, I think it's interesting how you say it's like a collage of, you know, different genres, because her past albums, you know, are almost each different genres in their own lane. I think it's cool that she's taking everything and putting it all together and, you know, putting it into this project.
Do you have like standouts for you, like from her past projects or anything like that you could think of?
Ooh, she has a song called Freak. Do y'all know Freak?
Yes! That song.
I hear people making that one often. No, that
Freak, I love Freak. Yeah, with the remix with Beatrice.
Yeah, there's a remix.
I'm thinking songs like New Love. Do you guys know that?
I know that one.
And then, of course, Jaguar Part 1. We might even be falling in love, an interlude that is
she
Far
did
too
recently.
short.
I love the
But-
interludes.
Yes.
It's like her best stuff is the shortest stuff.
It's the shortest stuff.
It's the shortest stuff.
Keep in mind, the entire
Yeah.
new album is like only 35 minutes.
Right. It
It's
seems
only like 13
so
songs.
succinct and concise, but it tells a
Right.
full story. Which
Yes.
is like really what I love about this project the most, because even though it is broken up into 2 parts and people were saying that it would take forever, it does just feel so full as a whole. Last thing before we wrap it up, guys, top 3.
Top 3, All Right. Oh goodness, All Right, On My Mama, and Stop. Those are my top 3.
Okay, my how does it make you feel? On My Mama and Stop.
Yeah.
Stop, On My Mama, and then I'm just gonna stop there because I love the whole project. I can't really.
I really do.
I can't. It's really hard for me
I
to
really
choose.
do.
I hate when people ask me that.
Yes.
It's
Now
amazing.
another album.
Doja Cat.
Doja Cat.
little
Doja
sprinkles.
Cat. Now, on a real note, I feel like this for me is a very hard separating the artist from the art type of situation. You see what I'm saying? What she's been doing on social media, what she's been doing online, I can't align myself with, truly and honestly.
Absolutely.
You know, so it took me honestly a very long time to get to this project and to even like try to give it a listen.
Yeah, it took me way too long.
And
too.
I did, and I do have some favorites, and I do feel like though this album was a lot of misses. Personally, I think that this album was a lot of misses. Honestly,
too.
I think that she went the aggressive route with this whole self-love type of situation she's going on, and I think because it was so aggressive, it got into more narcissism, and it got into more, okay, I'm the famous one, not y'all.
I
And
do
it's
want to
like,
expand on that because it does feel very much.
Okay.
It feels like a response.
Yeah.
You know, because I think a lot of her music so far has just been, even though part of the controversy or everything with her recently has just been her saying that really wasn't her reflected in her past music. But I think so much of that has been, how she's feeling about her stuff, how she's feeling about her love life, if she's dealing with guys, what's that like? And I think this project is so much more about her rejecting people's perceptions of her and being like, I'm the stuff, I'm whatever. And she's like being fully confident. And I think in a way it's almost coming off as abrasive because people who were her fans who are now kind of like feeling a little bit rejected for being told that it was wrong of them to like her past music are kind of like, I mean, I guess this is you, but for it to be kind of like a anger type of response for me to hear that like you're the stuff and it's all right and whatever is kind of a little bit just like, ooh girl,
For me personally, I'm gonna have to disagree. I think this is one of Doja's best projects.
really?
I think with Doja in particular, now don't get me wrong, Doja, she needs to stop going on social media because
that's it.
It's like I'm gonna take my glasses off.
Yeah, break it down.
Because Doja Cat on social media wearing the Nazi T-shirt from the.
I wasn't gonna mention it.
I'll talk on it. Like wearing a
gonna
Nazi
mention
T-shirt, doing things that are almost as if you could say anti-black, and she's a black woman. It's just very controversial because I love Doja as a rap artist. I think she's very
Absolutely.
artistic in her vision. In her imagery, especially with her projects she puts out in her music videos. You can even feel the imagery through her words. And I think this particular project, I think this is her best one. You see from her production has been better. Her lyricism has always been top notch in my opinion. I think Doja always hits with that one
No, that's
as
something
well.
I'll agree with you on in terms of just like her lyricism and things like that. Like for me, just that didn't particularly gel with me, but in terms of like the production value, like her actual flow, the beats, I loved all of that. Like I felt that was significantly improved. That did feel so much more like her, especially the way she was able to like slide on every beat and none of it felt like anything was misplaced. None of it felt like this isn't a beat Doja would rap out. Like no, like she ate all of that. I think for me, it's just the energy that she's been having on social media in regards to her fans has kind of like reflected onto her work. And that way, like when I'm thinking about it, it's kind of hard to like separate from it, even though I know we've had discussions about that on this show in the past, but just thinking about that.
I think with Doja as well, I think her whole thing is, and of course Doja's controversial in the media right now and everything, but I think with Doja is that, like you said, she's speaking to her haters, she's speaking to folks that were putting her down, and she really just wants to be herself, and this is the album, this is really Doja, this is the music that you will see more from her. And I think the aggressiveness, I love the aggressiveness, to be honest. I like the aggressiveness that she's putting down. I love the new style that she's kind of putting together, like even some of the features she has on there. I think altogether, like, this project is very, very well put together and well produced.
I think I probably like Doja more because I don't know a lot about her or anything on social media, and that's probably the only reason that she's still given for me. To be honest, I think if I knew as much as y'all did, I might be more in.
Right.
I like to kind of like same thing with Ye. I like to separate the artist from the person. At most times, unless you do something absurd. We're gonna cap it off right there. Thank you for joining us for Artist on Artist. Go ahead and let's move on to the next segment, the interview with our girl, Charli.
Hey everyone, I'm Lauren Jackson.
And I'm Casey Thorpe, and we have a very special guest today.
Yes, I am so excited. A classically trained vocalist, Charli Dahni is an artist from the DC area whose sound is a sultry sound mix of alternative R&B and neo-soul.
She creates music because she is able to utilize it to heal and communicate with other people.
Her creative process involves channeling current emotions or situations and putting them into words and melodic phrases. Charli, thank you so much for being here with us today. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited.
You look stunning.
Yes, of course. The fit is eating everything.
The fit, like the hair, and we're matching with the blue. I live.
Love y'all came in with a little, got some blue going on.
Yeah.
So, Charli, obviously so much with the R&B, neo-soul. Tell us a lot about your musical background.
So I grew up singing in church, and that just kind of fueled my love for music. And so I went to high school for music. I went to Duke Ellington School of the Arts in DC. And so there I was classically trained, but I actually started singing classical music when I was in middle school.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool, even though for a while I was like, oh, I'm gonna be an opera singer. But I just really love R&B music with my roots in the church. It's just, I feel like natural for that to be the way that I go.
I love that. And like, you know, fellow DMV native myself,
yes.
I need you to talk about like how has DC influenced your sound in any way, especially since, you know, especially the music in DC, so go girl.
Absolutely.
You know, you have to talk to me about that.
I think that that's kind of, even with like just go-go music, like that's put me in places where I think if I were in another place, like I wouldn't have been able to have so many opportunities. And I think in the DMV, they love on artists so much, and I feel like that community there is very tight-knit, close-knit, and just looking out for each other and always having, you know, throwing names out when somebody's asking for something, and that's what you need, that sort of network to kind of branch out.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
that's definitely been integral in my success.
And how has living in Philly influenced your artistry or your sound at all? Because obviously you're a junior, you've been here for a few years. Has it changed? What's it been like?
I think that it's stayed pretty consistent. Even though I would say it may be moving more towards neo-soul now, especially since, you know, here in Philly, that's kind of where neo-soul was born. So I think that definitely inspires me a lot being here.
I love that.
Yes.
And you are your own sound engineer.
Yes.
Like, girl, like literally, like. So tell us, like, what's your process like when it comes to like creating music or creating a song?
Yeah. So first, I try to find what music I like. So it could be a track, some piano chords, some guitar chords, or even just a melody that I have, and I start with that, and then I start to bring lyrics into it. But I like to do everything together. I feel like when I start to separate things, like I start to overcomplicate it. The process doesn't seem as seamless to me. But even with that, like I could write, it could take me a year to finish a song. And it could take me 30 minutes to finish a song. And both could be equally, you know, great, but it's just some take more effort, or I have to take time away before I come back to it.
How does it feel like as you do all those things, as you write your own songs, as you sing them, as you're your own audio engineer, how does it feel to really like take control of like your art in that way and kind of cover every single ground? Does it get overwhelming? Does it feel powerful? Like, how is that for you?
I think powerful is definitely the word I would use. But with that, I've had to learn to take a step back and give things to other people and collaborate, because that's where I feel like the real magic happens, when you're allowing somebody else to bring their creative ideas into your work.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And you've talked, and you know, we also literally just mentioned how like you want to use your sound to heal people, but how would you necessarily categorize your work? You know, like what do you really want people to kind of get out of your songs and your music?
Yeah, I think I want people, I feel like an important message for me is self-love. I'm always talking about self-love, love yourself. Just being okay being alone with yourself, because I know a lot of people struggle with that, especially having social media and all these different forms of entertainment. People can't just sit alone. Like, it's actually like scary to think about sitting alone for more than 2 seconds. So I want people to be able to reflect on that sort of thing. And also just, you know, girl boss, you know, all that power.
Be your own person. Be your own.
Is that one of like the greatest rewards that you've gotten out of making music, is like hearing people's responses to it, or is it like also getting it out there into the world?
Yeah, I think the most rewarding part is definitely getting that feedback that I'm helping somebody, or somebody can relate to me, or I'm touching them in some way, or my music is helping them. So
I love
that's the best part.
That's so sweet. So you've also signed with Bell Tower Music, Temple's own music industry, you know, come
Shout
on.
out to Bell Tower Records, yeah.
But how does it feel to kind of be a part of like an actual record label, even if it is like owned by the university, of course?
It's so cool. Like, it's honestly so much fun. I feel like it makes me realize how much I really do want to do this, because as an artist, you know, you have your times of doubts, like maybe this isn't really something that I should go and pursue, but I feel like Bell Tower has really made me see that there is a lot of opportunity out there for artists.
Do you think that it like helped with your confidence when it comes to your music, or at least like producing your own music?
Definitely. I think it also helps me feel, I'm very like shy and like introverted, so I feel like it forces me to get out of my comfort zone and promote myself and be loud about, you know, how confident I am in my work.
Yes, I love that. Love that.
Yeah.
And you're also a media studies and production major, right? Shout out, fellow right
MSP.
here. Period. MSP. How has that influenced like your music at all? Do you find that that's helped with like your production aspect? Does it make you more comfortable on stage? Like, what is it for you?
That's definitely helped with my production, 100%. Just those foundational classes, just the audio mixing classes really helped me approach how I engineer for myself or mix things for myself.
That's amazing. So, but with that, like, you're a student. You're a student, you're an artist, and I also know that you're a hairdresser, you know? So, like, but she did my hair this one time, she ate down. No,
Okay, we're making an appointment. Absolutely.
But I want to ask, like, how does handling and balancing all of that, like, how can you, like, you are almost like a not one-hit wonder, excuse me, but like, you know, like you do so much. How does
triple,
that?
quadruple, everything threat.
Yes. So like, how can you like manage and balance it all?
I am still trying to figure it out. I'd be lying if I said I had it all figured out. It's really difficult. I think sometimes I'll get caught up in, you know, the student role, or I'll get caught up in the, you know, the stylist mode, and sometimes I find that it's hard to really focus on music. I feel like music is normally the thing that gets pushed to the, you know, the back burner, which I hate. And with that's another thing that Bell Tower's been helping me with, do more things involved with music on campus, around the area in Philly. So yeah, it's difficult, but I don't know. I just try to make it through the semester, child.
Right. But do you have any plans on, like, not to say that you should, but like, do you think you have any plans on like kind of like either dropping anything? Like, do you want to like ever like really like put all your focus into your music, or is it like
performing at more places?
Yeah,
having features with other artists, collaborating with other artists.
That's everything that I want to do. It's just this economy is crazy.
You're right,
girl.
You're right. You're right.
This economy is crazy. So yeah, but performing is what I want to do. That's what I've always wanted to do.
Amazing.
That's beautiful.
Thank you so much, Charli, for having this conversation with us. We appreciate you. You're always welcome here at the Vibe. And thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed our conversation.
And now performing "You Can't Stop the Fire" and Tuesday, please welcome Charli Dahni.
Yes.
Try, but he can't get enough of me. Try, but you can't get enough of me. 3 in the morning, I know why you call. Oh, I know I fulfill your fantasy. Slide and give me 2 J's. Now I get high on Tuesdays. I get high on Tuesdays. You know I get high. Hit me up on Monday, no, I'm down to ride. Garden stroll on Wednesday in my nature vibe. Thursday and Friday, you between my thighs. Saturday, Sunday, need time to recharge my mind. You know I get high on Tuesday. You know I get high. For your information, if it ain't wrong, I ain't sparking them, no, no, no. I ain't sparking them, no, no, no. Oh, but you put your bag in my trunk, baby, we can duck off. I'ma get you to fly like a kite to the views from my side. Fly with me, baby, swim in for me, baby, fly with me, baby. I know I'm your favorite, yeah. You can't get enough. I know why you calling. Slide and give me 2 J's. No, I get high on Tuesday. I get high on Tuesday. I get high on Tuesday. You can't stop the fire. Oh, you can't stop the fire. No, you can't. You can't stop the fire when it burns. You're all I desire. For you I yearn. You can't stop the fire when it burns. You're all I desire. For you I yearn. Butterflies when I met you the first time. Say my name. You got the sparks flying. On my way, I'm getting ready in 2 hours. Made you a play, can't you see you got me wildin'? Stay the night, cause I'm not ready to call it. In your arms, I feel safe, baby, I'm falling. Am I falling? Am I falling? You came perfect timing, not fighting myself. I changed, now you're getting the best. I was hurting and pain, bitter from love. Finally moving on. When it burns, you're all I desire. For you I yearn. You can't stop the fire when it burns. You're all I desire. For you I yearn. strain in my pocket. Too loud, out of pocket. I put it in the air and see how you like it. Put it in the air and see how you like it. And normally I don't do this, but you got me clueless. A lot of people try to make me look foolish, but not you, baby, baby, you know what to do with it. My angel, baby, my lover, baby, you came and saved me, baby, you saved me. Maybe I'm crazy, you got my attention, baby, all my permission, baby, ain't no stopping, baby. When it burns, you're all I desire. For you I yearn. You can't stop the fire. When it burns, you're all I desire. For you I yearn. Oh, when it burns, can't stop the fire. Oh, when it burns. Oh.
That's all we got for y'all today. A very special thank you to Charli for sharing her talents with us. And thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time,
Take care.